Hey guys, it's GoldenSteelTV here. We're here in this village called Floyd, and we got some new people in this village. I'll show you them in a bit, but here they are. This is Josh, who is the I think he's the shepherd, and this is Richard right there, the guy with the eye patch. Alright. We got lots of unknown villagers with no name. But, we're gonna be sailing to the new prison that I just built. Alright, we're gonna be on our way there. While doing that, we'll talk about some stuff that happened lately. In basketball, a fight broke out during a game between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was between Joel Embiid of the 76ers and Karl Anthony Towns of the Timberwolves. And it also involved Ben Simmons of the 76ers. He tapped out as if he was wrestling on WWE. Both Embiid and Towns received a 2-game suspension, respectively. And fans have even compared it to a fight that broke out between Shaq and Charles Barkley in 1999 during a game between the Lakers and the Rockets. So yeah, history repeats itself. In football, the team who is actually my favorite team and always keep talking about, the Bears, they're still struggling, and their quarterback Mitch Trubisky has been harshly criticized by fans like me, because I always complain about how he's been doing with the Bears, you know, because I feel the same way as the fans, you know. Everyone has the same feelings, you know, about him, like me. And so yeah, we've been struggling, and I hate to say this, but we have regressed. No lies, just the truth. Okay, this is the prison right there that you see. It's on an isolated land. It's cut off from the rest of the outside world. There is no road connections, just by boat. So here we are at this prison that I just built not long ago. We're gonna take a tour of this prison that I just built. That guy right there is an iron golem who is one of the prison guards. Alright, we're gonna go inside and take a look. As you can see, the villager is inside his cell, which is what you're gonna look at in a bit. So here is the prison tour that we're starting right now. Okay. This is what a cell looks like. The villager's inside his cell and looks miserable inside. This is the warden's office. And the cats are the prison guards. And this is another villager who is an inmate of his cell. And this is what a typical cell looks like with them inside. Alright, we're gonna go take a look at the prison cell. We have 2 white beds for 2 prisoners and a cauldron with water so prisoners can drink it out of it. And we have candles as light material. And these bars are for the jail windows. It's a 3-block by 3-block prison cell that I put up. The iron door is what's typically used for prison doors. So instead of regular doors, we use iron doors, since they can only be activated by a button or pressure block, I think. I don't know. Alright. So, this is the second floor of the prison. And, oh, the cat is inside. Oh no. He's innocent, yes. So, I'll try to save him. Oh, damn. I didn't put him in there. It's not my fault. But since cats can spawn in villages, in large villager populations, he can spawn within these populations. And that's how it works. There's no way around it. So, we're gonna get him out of the cell. He's innocent. I would never put a kitty in jail. Oh damn. Alright, he's saved. Alright, continuing on with the tour. This is another prison cell, but this is a more nicer cell than all other cells. Like the cells, it has a white bed, but only a single bed, and a cauldron, and the bookshelves. So, alright. I've already showed you the prison cells already. Let's go take a look at another room in the prison. This is where the prisoners hang out. And we got the execution chamber right here. So we're gonna go take a look at it. Alright. This tank is used for execution by burning with either fire or lava. And like the prison cells and as with other rooms, it has iron doors that can only be triggered by the button or the lever. And this is the magma block that will be used for the execution of a prisoner that we're gonna conduct in a bit. And this is the tank, the water tank that's used for execution by drowning. And this is what it looks like. This chair right here is used for electric chair executions. It can also be used for execution by lethal injection. So this execution chamber has both humane and inhumane execution methods. And no prisoners are allowed on the stage unless they're on death row or ready to be executed. There's one more execution method that we will also showcase. But right here is the prison yard where prisoners can hang out, like the big room that's inside the prison. And this is the watchtower that can only be accessed by prison guards. And as with all other doors, it can only be triggered with a button or a lever. These large windows provide a large view of the sea, the prison, and the prison yard, and inmates that are hanging out at the yard. Alright. We're gonna go back inside the prison in a bit. This is another execution method, which is execution by a guillotine. You can't cut off heads in Minecraft, so I figured that pretending that the method is execution by guillotine would be a way to go. there's also another execution method that we're gonna use, and we'll show you in a bit. We'll show you later on. It's execution by firing squad. But first, we're gonna go with execution by beheading, which is by the guillotine, which was used during the French Revolution and also used to kill the King of France and his wife. We're gonna try to crush him with anvil until he dies. So we're gonna keep doing this until he's dead. It's a little too low, so we're gonna have to put it high up. Just kidding. We killed him with a sword. So we're gonna have to try again. This time we're gonna make the guillotine a little bit more higher. Alright. Let's see, we're here. Alright. Alright, that should be high enough. Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's try again. Alright. Alright. It went well. So, that's the execution by guillotine that I already showed you. Now we can go ahead and show you the firing squad execution. Yeah. The most famous execution by the firing squad, or should I say infamous, was the execution of the Romanovs after the Bolshevik Revolution that took place in 1917. A couple of months after the revolution took place in Russia. Alright. We're gonna keep doing this until he dies. Alright. He's dead. Alright, okay. That's all the execution methods, I think, to show you, but lastly, we're gonna show you execution by burning. Alright. He's slowly burning to death inside the tank. Alright. He's gonna suffer until he dies, which already happened. Okay, that's all the execution methods I can show you. Now we can move on. Okay, that's the end of the prison tour, I should say. And one last thing before we go. This iron golem is the prison guard and watches over the prison yard since he's tall enough, and he's too tall for the prison halls. So I figured that he should be guarding the prison yard, so it fits his size well. Cause you know the old saying, to each his own, which is what I'm trying to live with. Okay, all right, enough with the prison tour, and that's all I can say about it. Back to sports. The Patriots' undefeated streak came to an end at the hands of Lamar Jackson and his Baltimore Ravens on the Sunday night game. And this leaves the 49ers the only undefeated team left in the league as of right now. I don't know who will destroy their undefeated record, but someone told me, and he said that the Saints could end the 49ers undefeated streak. So no matter how good they are, the undefeated streak can end no matter what. So yeah, because there are better teams out there than the 49ers, you know, especially within the NFC division. I'm sorry, conference. You know, the NFC conference is more competitive, and because of this, there's a lot of stiff competition between all divisions in the NFC, like the NFC North, NFC West, NFC South, and NFC East. You know, it's like the Western Conference of the NBA. There's a lot of competition in the NFC Conference, you know? Okay, anyways. Lamar Jackson, what do I think of him? He's good as a quarterback. He's a good runner too. I heard people saying that he could be the Nets' Michael Vick, who, like Lamar Jackson, was a dual threat quarterback for the Falcons and the Eagles. Of course, the dogfighting scandal ruined Vick's career, as some of you may know. Alright. Will the Patriots make it to the Super Bowl this year? Probably, but we'll just have to see about that, because there are other teams that are vying to go to the Super Bowl. Because going to the Super Bowl is a lifelong dream that can come true, you know? Right. Yeah. With the 49ers going undefeated, it's the 80s all over again. And as some of you may know, the 49ers were a dynasty back in the 80s and 90s, with Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, and Bill Walsh, and don't forget Ronnie Lott, and Montana's backup Steve Young. So let me tell you a story in a fairy tale style. Once upon a time, there was a team in San Francisco called the 49ers. They had a coach, Bill Walsh, who implemented the West Coast offense, revolving around passing, and their quarterback. They had their quarterback, Joe Montana, the GOAT receiver, Jerry Rice, and the GOAT safety, Ronnie Lott, who all won a couple Super Bowls in the 80s and 90s. Don't forget that Steve Young was part of the dynasty. Once Joe Montana left, he took the helm of the 49ers and took them to one more Super Bowl in the 90s. And in the end, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice are both considered GOATs in their respective positions, like in quarterback and receiver positions. And Steve Young is a Hall of Famer, like Montana and Rice. Bill Walsh is also a Hall of Famer, and Lott is also a Hall of Famer. In the end, all of them became Hall of Famers, and they lived happily ever after. The end. So yeah, that's the 49ers dynasty in the 80s and 90s. So, what do you think, guys? Was it a good story that I told you? Was it a good fairy tale story that I told you? If not, that's okay, because I try my best to tell you some fairy tale stories. Alright. Alright, anyways, the Browns, they're still struggling. And in one game against the Broncos, they lost, which was so bad that their safety, Jermaine Whitehead, took to Twitter to unleash his rage and called one of the guys who criticized him a cracker, which is a derogatory term for a white person, and made death threats too. It was so bad that the Browns cut him the day after. So yeah, what a disgraceful guy. It was so distasteful what he posted on Twitter. Okay, this is the amphitheater that I just built. I built it so that we can host more festivals and concerts. You know, because for stadiums, it's a heavy burden having to host concerts when you have to deal with sports like basketball, football, soccer, baseball, everything else, you know, because it's a lot to deal with when you have a stadium in a big city. All right. And it has a beautiful landscape of the forest with these trees up front and on the back too, but they're mostly covered by the baseball field. We got the drum stand right there. This is the bass drum, one of the drum parts. What do you think of the amphitheater? How does it look? Let me know in the comments. Alright. So, yeah. I haven't come up with a name for the amphitheater yet, but let me know what do you want me to name for the amphitheater. Alright. The baseball field remains empty, especially after the World Series. Since nobody cares about baseball anymore these days, you see the reality of what has happened to this baseball stadium. No one's allowed entry into the stadium. Even you can't get into the broadcast booths right now. Even the locker rooms are closed. Which is a sad reality of what baseball has become. You know? Nobody cares about it. I don't even give 1 second to care about it too. Alright. Anyways, this football stadium remains unchanged as of this video. It will stay like this until the Super Bowl, which is when I close the stadium, until March, which is when soccer returns. Alright, this is the basketball arena. In basketball, there are other teams to watch besides just the Lakers, Clippers, and a few other teams. There are teams to watch, like the Milwaukee Bucks. They have Giannis, whose last name I can't pronounce, who was named MVP of the league last season. I hope he continues to repeat that, and that's why I'm following the Bucks, because I believe in Giannis, and I hope he continues to repeat his MVP form into the 2019-20 season. There's also another team to watch in the NBA, which is the Dallas Mavericks, which consists of Luka Doncic from Slovenia and Kristaps Porzingis of Latvia. Both Slovenia and Latvia are countries in Europe, if you've never heard of them. Alright, the building's still on fire, but we'll put them out right now. While I'm talking, we'll continue talking about sports. Kristaps Porzingis was formerly of the New York Knicks. He was part of them from when he was drafted in 2015 until disagreements with the front office caused him to be traded in 2019 to the Dallas Mavericks. But before Porzingis and Luka Doncic came to the Mavs, they had Dirk Nowitzki, who took them to the NBA Finals win in 2011. Dirk himself was named the league MVP in 2007, and is considered by many to be one of the greatest European NBA players ever. Like Luka and Porzingis, Dirk himself is a European player, having been born in Germany in 1978. So, with Dirk Nowitzki already retired, Luka and Porzingis can continue his legacy and carry on with it within the Mavs. So that's what I like. That's what I like to see from the Mavs. Okay, we're back in this village. We got some new people here. This is Devin. He's been living here for some time now. He's a cook and a butcher in the village. We got a few other people too. This is Marty, the cartographer, which is a person who makes maps. And we got a few new people too. This guy doesn't have a name yet, but I'll give him a name in a bit. This is Errol, another butcher and cook. Errol's a nice guy. He's friendly. And he's nice to be around with. There's also a few new people here, like Philip. You've already seen William in the last gaming video I did. And this is Henry, as you've seen from the previous gaming Minecraft video I did. This is Chuck. Same video once again. Alright, we're back inside. But there's a few more people to show you. And there is Richard, the tools, the blacksmith, and one more person to show you. This is Hank, another butcher and cook. He's new to the village, and say hi to him. Hi, Hank. Alright. I named him after a legendary country singer and a character from King of the Hill. Alright, we're back inside a house. Yeah. This is the dragon figure with the dragon head and the iron armor on the armor stand. Doesn't it look cool? It looks cool to me. Alright. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.